Now, some of the markets have begun to show signs of the reset after assets have been connected to a true algorithm that predicts actual prices that are based entirely on production, not leverage and illusion. I would expect all of that to be corrected, the markets, in the near future. Our old friends again, Rothschilds. Next story. They have been embezzling approximately $2 to $3 per barrel of oil, and thus the reason for the escalation of gas prices, which of course subsequently affects transport costs, which then gets transferred to food prices, which is why they've gone up. Now, since the adjustments have been made by Kim, the gas prices have now started to begin to correct. And the evidence of this was crude oil was plunged the most in 2 years. The media, of course, blamed the US-China trade war, but it's got nothing to do with that. And is the biggest drop in American crude inventories since 2016, and the futures fell as much as 7.4% in London on Wednesday. Now, Mr. Trump is poised to obviously slap more tariffs on almost half the products of American imports from China within the next few weeks. And of course, the tariff war will go on. Eventually, it'll all settle and we'll have a proper economy. While we're on oil, there's a surplus crude in US storage tanks. Has actually shrank by 12.6 million barrels last week, while oil imports in the biggest American refining region fell the most since 2012. I would suggest others to look for a more prominent price drop in oil and gas after Trump's meeting with Putin next week. There will be a deal and it will justify the price drop. As mentioned before, and I've saw first-hand evidence of this, is the US government still doesn't appear to want to actually do anything to support human liberation, as we've seen no actions on their part, although we have seen some from Mr. Trump right at the top. And but they're not interested of getting involved in the release of the transfers, even though it's going to help the country massively. But it's at least the Homeland Security and the FBI are working to do their job to protect the people, which is a change, a big change. Now, the last component that needed to be adjusted as regards to the system was the visa system. Of course, we warned about they were trying to siphon all kinds of funds out of it recently. The system and Kim have gone to ensure that the credit cards cannot be cloned or our identities copied and our money stolen. So this very shortly will be fixed entirely. No more credit card theft. Now, this has become a people problem, and herein lies the beauty of utilising the source energy, the brainwave measurements and the DNA identification technology. And these combined factors will make it impossible to steal from us once the visa system is completed, requiring the admin security override to block or misdirect these transactions by anybody else. That's going to be a big one. No more credit card theft. Now, to see this through, Kim, who's the trustee of Manor World Holding Trust, has made herself a bank employee at every bank and is the only one in possession of the admin override. So this is to do with the visa system that requires admin security override to block or misdirect the transactions. So with Kim having the only one in possession of the override, it means none of them can be blocked or misdirected. Now this is all the groundwork that had to be done that will then facilitate all the key components that will help to start project funding. Everyone wants to know the date. I do have certain ideas. I'm not giving them out. We've all had dates and more dates, and they've all come and gone. But the only one who really knows when that starts is Kim and the team. And all of them are based on safety of the funds, and more importantly, in safety of the people who are using the funds when they arrive. They've made all kinds of threats to those who are going to receive money for the project funding. We're rather close on many things on that.